welcome to this tester of Salesforce's Social Studio, and it's another short video like I did for Falcon to see what it's all about. So when you first come onto Social Studio, you'll notice that you'll have something called Workspaces and Performance. If we click to Performance straight away, you see what you actually get are some sort of pre-customized templates called post reports around different types of, well, basically different channels. So account reports, so you can get Facebook page impressions, demographics, etc. But we won't worry about it for now. There's lots of reporting options in Social Studio. The first thing I want to concentrate on though is this area. So a workspace is basically where you could connect your social media accounts. And so this is the South Asia workspace. And if I just click down here on the settings button, and you can see that the South Asia workspace, there's 3 people on there, myself, Mujib and Chris from Salesforce. And we've got 10 social accounts connected at the minute. You can manage social accounts, and if I click that, you'll be able to see them all. So there you can see we've got Twitter there from Bangladesh. We've got a whole range of Facebook pages, and there we have YouTube from Bangladesh as well. And we've got Instagram as well from Bangladesh and from Pakistan. So there we've got sort of like an example of what we could put all of our regional social media channels into there. This is just a small selection to give everyone an idea. Okay, so back to the Social Studio area. Let's click on it, and you'll see that as soon as you click on it, so you can see that I'm working within the South Asia workspace. So everything on here is related to the South Asia accounts I've got set up. And once again, you can see them all down here. This is obviously very much like a social media calendar. Now, bear in mind, we've got all of the channels selected at the minute. Now, say, for example, I just wanted to have a look at Afghanistan. I could tick that, and it would change, and it would just show me the Afghanistan Facebook channels I've got hooked on there, okay? So that's a nice, quick, easy way to do that. So you can select which of the channels you want or have all of them. Up here, you can have a week view. You can have a day view if you wanted to. Just have a look at the day. You can see there we are. Bangladesh, Nepal, etc. A month's view if you wanted to, or you can have a list view, and a list view is quite clean as well. Let's just come back to the week view, and let's have a look at something yesterday that's gone out already. Let's look at this one here. So this is British Council Bangladesh Facebook post. Oh, a nice one, all about the cricket there. There's a video too. If you go right down to the bottom, you can see that over 4,000 people have been reached, 71% post clicks so far. 90 engagement, 2% and engagement rate. Show more stats, and that gives you some even more examples. So you can actually see there, for example, how many likes, how many comments, link clicks, reactions. You know, we've got 3 loves there, 37 likes, no sorries, which is good. So that gives you some very specific details. Now, that was something that's gone out. Now, what about this? I'm talking to you on Monday the 17th of June, as you can see. That's in orange there. Let's have a look and see what we've got scheduled. So let's click on this one here. And there we can see this one here is a Facebook post all about study in the UK. And that's scheduled for British Council India at the minute. It's got 1 person reached, it's probably me. So this is stuff obviously that hasn't gone out yet. You can also, it's quite interesting, you can see details of unpublished posts, so basically dark posts. It will actually identify which of those posts are dark posts or unpublished posts and give you the data as well. Now finally, if I click on overview here, and that then shows you very much, it gives you within the calendar details, by each day of what posts have gone out. So it's just like another way of looking at it there. Okay, so that's basically looking at the calendar. If I just go slightly above that and click on create post, you can see that directly from here, you can do your posting, on any of those things. So you've got LinkedIn, YouTube, Pinterest, Weibo there, Instagram mobile, Instagram business, so regular Instagram connection. So you can do all of that publishing directly from that create area. Now I'm just going to pop right down to the bottom here and show you something else which is interesting. You'll remember in Falcon we had something called content pool. In Social Studio it's called shared content, but it's the same idea. So this is one that I created recently. And what it is you can either upload new content to here that hasn't been published, or you can take something that's been created and you might want to share it with other channels. So you've got the possibility to share it to any of those channels there. So this is basically, where you could upload content for global campaigns, for regional campaigns, where, for example, you want more or less the type of post language to be the same. You might want to edit it there for to have different languages. You might want to keep the image the same. And if I click on View Details there, you can see at the minute it's disabled. So if I wanted to enable it, I would put that there. I don't want to because I don't want it to go live, obviously. Just going quickly up from the left-hand side, you've got something called tasks. Now, I don't have any tasks, but this might be, for example, you've got you're working with a couple of members of staff or working on social media, and you need to have one person to authorize a post before it goes live. So you might want to set that kind of approval as one of the tasks in there, and that's where that would sit in there. Okay. Here we've got a nice section called Performance, and we're going to have some look at some greater analytics later on, but you can see directly showing the last 7, just on this performance section here, the last 7 days of data on Facebook, and you can see, for example, how many interactions you've had on Facebook overall. And then basically drafts, I haven't got any drafts, but you can obviously use this as your, if you use this as your publishing platform, you would put your draft post or tweet or whatever it is in there, and you can save it in there and keep it there until you're happy to publish it. Okay, so that's basically the publish area. Now I'm going to flick over to Engage. Engage, once it pops up, you see this is very much like a tool you're probably familiar with in Hootsuite. So it works in this with these very, this big set of vertical columns that you have there. And also this is in the very first tab called My Tab. Now you can set up as many tabs as you like. So that you don't have like a massive, great big line of columns going across horizontally on your screen, you can actually break them down into separate tabs. So I'll show you my Insta tab in a minute. Just for record here, we've got Facebook inbound comments. See up and let's just click that again. You can see their posts, comments, sent inbox, replies, unpublished posts, reviews, mentions, etc. So this is all of the comments coming in related to South Asia. So all our South Asia channels. So you can see there Bangladesh, Afghanistan. Once again, you can pull this down. You can see the comments. Lots of stuff coming in for Afghanistan. They must be doing a nice lot of interactive stuff at the minute. That's a really sweet video. Okay, and then what next one over? I've just decided. Okay, so there's my sort of South Asia Facebook inbound overall. Here, I just want to look at generally the Facebook inbound and outbound, what's going on with the Facebook and Afghanistan account. Over here on this side, I've set up 2 more searches. Now, these are searches around keywords. Now, this isn't related to the region. In this case, I've just set up, I want to know about British Council all over the world. So here's British Council all over the world, and here's IELTS all over the world. You'll notice that it says here that 8 new posts have come in since I've last looked at it, load posts. Now, what is different here than Hootsuite, rather than it automatically just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, with you having the opportunity perhaps to miss that, you actually have to click on the top here so that you bring in the new post. So that one you can see is just 1 minute ago. I don't read Arabic script, unfortunately, so I couldn't tell you what that's about. But as you can see, lots of information there. IELTS as the search term from all over the world. Now, I just put IELTS as an example. We could drill down and make it IELTS and British Council, or IELTS and British Council, not IDP. So you can, as with Sysomos and other search tools, you can really drill down and be very specific about how you want your search terms. Once again, you can see 2 new posts have come in. Click on that again, 42 seconds ago. There we've got that. See, what I like about this is you've got a nice lot of control over how you view your streams that you bring in. As I said, you've got different tabs at the bottom, a bit like Excel, you can set up different tabs. So I'm just going to click on this one. This is one I set up earlier around Instagram. And then we've got our content from South Asia Instagram. Looks like we've got something from Pakistan there. And that was 4 hours ago. Obviously, this is not coming in quite so quickly. 8 hours ago. So you've got stuff coming in there, obviously from fans. and these are ones going out, so outbound from our own Pakistan Instagram channel there. So similar to Hootsuite, quite a lot of detail you can actually get here, and you can really drill down into each of these posts. So let's have a quick look, inspect that post there from Penny Rabiger. Backed by demand, we're holding an immersive story-free British Council supported session in Cambridge on 27th of June. Fantastic. And once again, you can actually drill down there. You can look at the sentiment. You can drill down and find out a little bit more about the author. You might want to label up the author and say, oh, that person is an influencer for us. You could put her in as an influencer. And so once again, you've got quite a lot of flexibility here. Look at that. I'm just having a quick look at Penny there, and I can see that actually she's got 9,000 followers and she's following 8,000. Quite a good influencer score there. So probably we'll say, yep, we like her. We want to make sure we filter her as an influencer, something like that. Now I'm going to flick over to the last section, which is Analyze. Now, with Analyze, this works with something called dashboards, which you can set up. So you can see there you've got a green Create Dashboard sign. And the dashboards, they actually give you a number of set templates here. So you can set up a social listing summary, a Twitter account summary, and right at the bottom you've got blank dashboards. So you might want to bring in specific elements, but not exactly everything they have in their templates. So you've got quite a lot of flexibility. Let's have a quick look at the South Asia Facebook summary, and you can see the kinds of things that you have there. You've got a possibility looking at the amount of days. I've got this for the last 30 days, and as usual, you can change that to a week, 14 days ago. On our demo version, we don't have these larger dates going back 90 days, but you can have that. We would have that on our final version, and you can customize. So kind of similar to many other tools here. Here you will see we've got post volumes there, comments, posts, mentions, etc. from all of those 6 Facebook accounts. We've got here basically looking at the country, so you can see the amount of activity there. If I click on that, we want to have a little bit look at that. You can actually then drill down and see all of the activity that's coming on that specific Facebook account. So you can see where that's coming from. You've got Facebook country trends there. Now we've got one called Unknown and one called United States. Now, Unknown we suspect is actually Sri Lanka, and for some reason that's not quite connected properly. And United States seems to be Pakistan. So I've spoken to Salesforce team about that. So for some reason, but that should actually be that would in eventuality be the countries you've actually got set up there. We've also got something here that's not working. That hasn't worked since I've done this test, and that's page fans trend. Now this is actually the number of fans that you've gained over, in our case, the last 30 days. It's a pity, because that's one of the things I did on Falcon, and that is one of the KPIs, obviously looking at fan growth and follower growth. For some reason, it's working on the Twitter one, it's not working on Facebook. At the moment, the team are looking at it, but I haven't been able to, I can't show it to you because it hasn't been working. So that's a bit of a shame. Moving further down, we've got published posts by engagement. So obviously you can see which got the most engaging posts. It's like Sri Lanka there. I've got one with 44.15k engagement. Really successful post 24 days ago. Again, I'm afraid I can't read the language, so I can't tell you what it's about. You can click on it, obviously, and open that out. So you've got that. And what I like about this is it's all very interactive. So you can click on anything here. Media trend types, look at that. Massive, great big spike there on comments on the 7th of July. So once again, you can click on it, drill down and find out what it's all about. Looks like Throwback Thursday, a mixture of things. A lot of activity on Pakistan. So obviously there's something happening on that particular day on the Pakistan account. Right, let's see what else we've got down here. Sentiment and sentiment trend. Let's have a quick look at sentiment. Apparently we've got 899 negatives out of almost 32,000 posts. Let's have a quick flick on that negative and see what's coming up there and find out what is coming up as negative. We might be concerned about that. Possibly you might want to do this over a specific campaign. You can obviously do it over anything. Now, British Council India. Your result will normally be available in 2 to 21 days, depending on several factors, including a number of sections, question mark. If you're not received, that's for some reason that's come across as negative. Now, obviously, that's just informational. That's very much a neutral one, and for some reason, it's decided it's negative. So we would say neutral, and you can say down here, describe why sentiment should be adjusted. because it is neutral. There's probably better, we can get more intelligent ways of categorizing that, but just for now, I'm going to stick that in there. And it says here, sentiment has been updated. Okay. Unfortunately, with all of these tools, sentiment never really understands context. I haven't come across a tool that is consistently reads well. They're getting better and better, but and there is still a lot of manual work to do. So just going down, you've got top words, you've got reach trend. Let's have a quick look at these top. Ooh, BCC, WCC. I suspect it's a hashtag about cricket. Yeah, then we go back to Ricky Ponting there. So there's something that looks like Bangladesh are doing some nice posts around the cricket stuff. So that's interesting. Then here we've got reach trends, we've got publishment engagement trends and engagement trend there on all these channels. So quite a complete summary there. Now the other thing you can do is, if I just come back here, you can actually set up a report. So you might decide that you've got these dashboards, but actually now you want to get some reports on something. So you can see there are some reports here, some of which are active, some of which are inactive. Let's create a new report. And let's say we want to have a dashboard report. So from one of our dashboards, and we're given our dashboards to report on here. Let's see what we've got to have a look at. 6 dashboards available. Okay, let's go for the Twitter account summary for Bangladesh. Let's create that report there, see what that looks like. So it looks like on this report, we're going to have feed, we're going to have post volume, follower trend, media type, sentiment, top words, etc. So you've got quite a nice lot of things there. And there we've got, you can see, you can make it, you can customize it a bit more, and you can decide how you want it. So let's have it in a PDF. So let's schedule it once. I'm going to schedule it now. Save changes. There we are. And basically that will come through. It's now gone from inactive to active, and that will come through to me when it's ready. You can run it now or delete it. So we say run now as well. See if we can see it. Your report is now running. You'll be notified when the report is ready for download. Okay, so hopefully that will come up soon. You can also decide who you're going to send it to. So send report result to me and then also anyone else in there. And it doesn't have to be someone who's on the system. It can be anyone. And then you would save your changes. So that's how you get your reports there. I can see here my report is now ready, and see what it looks like. So here we've got something, start off with, we've got the Twitter feed. Okay, selection of stuff in the Twitter feed there. Then we've got post volume there. So we've got 45% down from the last period. Mentions, again, my tweets. Follower trends, so that's quite interesting. So there we have got the followers working. We've only connected on the 15th of June, this one, so it's only been going for a couple of days. But you can see it's quite good there to see the increase in recent followers. So that's useful to know. Media type, so my tweets against mentions, so that's quite good. 100% positive, that's good, always good to know. Top words again, so basically stuff around that. So, a simple little report. There's not much on the Twitter one because we've only just connected it. But if perhaps we've looked at one of the Facebook ones, you'll see more. Okay, so this is what we've got with Social Studio. I think it's pretty similar to Falcon. The differences are, I think it's slightly more complex to work out to start with. And also, it irritates me that kind of one or two things don't seem to be working quite as they should do. But obviously that's something that we'll need to look into. About the languages, which came up last time with Falcon, I don't know if you can see from the run through here, but actually it does seem to support lots and lots of languages. I'm also really happy that it supports Sina Weibo. Yeah, so there we are. I hope you like this run through, and we'll speak soon.